Southampton VTS, Red Eagle, good afternoon. Surely ready to park Royal Pier, bound for Cows.
Red Eagle, Southampton VTS, all received. Red Osprey, Catalan, inbound. Over.
Thanks, sir.
Red Eagle, Southampton VTS.
Southampton VTS, Red Eagle.
Red Eagle, Southampton VTS, information, wide berth reduction passing 49 berth. Over.
Wide berth, speed reduction 49 berth, thank you.
Ahoy, shipmates! Phew, it is hot. It's about as much effort as I've got. Nice, icy, cold drink next to me here. Air conditioning in the cabin would be useful, but I don't have that luxury. But I do have a pint of ice cold water, which is rather lovely. I shall upgrade that to some rum later. Right, we have 3 departures today. Unusual, isn't it? We've had so many Super Saturdays with 5 departures. Unusual to have one with 3 departures. Just the 3 ships today. The MSC Virtuosa at 4 o'clock. She's radioed in. She said she's getting ready to go, and she didn't have numbers or anything yet. But, so she should be on our screen shortly. She's up this end behind. That's the stern of the Independence of the Seas. You can see that. What, is it the stern? Yeah, it is the stern of the Independence of the Seas, and she's just in front of her. I shall show you on the map. There you go. There you can see the Independence there, and then up there's MSC Virtuosa. So she's going to go backwards past Ferry Cam. So she'll see her reverse passes on Ferry Cam all the way to here, the middle swing ground. Well, actually, no, sorry, she's going to the middle swing ground here, and then head on out to Southampton Water. Then 5 o'clock, we have the Independence of the Seas. Then quarter past, basically she will. Well, I'm not really sure. 15 minutes. It's difficult to say. Iona also needs to come and reverse out. So there's a good chance that Iona will be a bit late. She'll probably wait for Independence to go past. Equally, if Independence is not quite leaving at 5, then perhaps Iona might nip out. I'll have to see. A very warm day today. But I just heard on the radio earlier that I think a new record was set for June temperature in Gatwick, somewhere near Gatwick, of around 33 degrees centigrade. We're a bit more fortunate here in the port of Southampton. We appreciate the cool sea breeze, so we're only at 23 centigrade.
Seafin VTS. Seafin Southampton VTS all received. Traffic information, the Triton leader, Bourne Gap outbound to the east. She is not a clear channel vessel. Followed by John Augustus S. Berger at the Hook Boy outbound, also to the east. And they'll be followed by the Red Eagle passing Dockhead outbound. Over.
Right, just getting my control camera for the camera working.
John Augustus Esberger, Southampton BTS, that is all received. Thank you.
I noticed earlier when I was down at Warsash, there were an awful lot of yachts out there today. Now, as you can see, there's actually a reasonable breeze, so it's perfect sort of yachting weather. And plus this morning it was cloudy, so you could be out on your little racing yacht. You weren't getting too burnt by the sun, and there was a decent wind to get you going. Oh, and there's me yattering and yabbering away, and there is a stern of a cruise ship heading our way. MSC Virtuosa, she is off on a 7-day round trip to Northern Europe, calling in at Lerwick in the Shetland Isles. That's an unusual stop, that. And I've noticed more and more ships are calling in at Lerwick or Lewis and Harris. Then Ålesund in Norway, Flam in Norway, then Zeebrugge in Bruges, and then back to Port Southampton. There's sort of a mix and match trip there to the fields. So you've only got a couple of stops in the fields, and you're also calling it Zeebrugge for Bruges. I mean, no, I'm not trying to dismiss Zeebrugge. I like Zeebrugge. I particularly like Bruges. But it just seems like throwing that in. And Lerwick. I mean, I'd like to stop in at Lerwick as well. Ahoy the shipmate. So, our excellent blue spanner, Matt King. Okay, look at that. He's been a leading hand after 12 months. Woohoo! Well done, shipmate. MSC Virtuosa, only 4 years old, a mere whippersnapper. World of cruise ships, built in 2021. We haven't had any passenger or crew numbers yet, and I'm hoping I didn't miss it earlier. It was difficult to tell because I couldn't hear I did hear the pilot say that he would be calling over with the numbers later, and then I couldn't hear the next transmission about 10 minutes later. But anyway, I'm suspecting that she'll have somewhere in the region of 5,000 passengers and about 1,700 crew, but we hopefully will be able to confirm that later. Grass down there at Mayflower Park is very yellow and brown. Well, it was very yellow the other day after the seaworks was removed, and over the last couple of days it's gradually gone from yellow to brown. Hopefully it'll revive. It does seem to be very hardy. It looks like it's dead, and then next thing you know it's all green and lush as per usual. Oh, there's shipmates in the chat. Plenty of shipmates in the chat. We've got in the chat. Oh, there, Mrs. AEO. Oh, there, Deborah Speller. Oh, there's CS28. Oh, there, Raz Nesbit. Oh, there, Pam Wolf. And oh, there, Jill Marsh. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of Jill Marsh. Shipmate Jill Marsh says, aircon is brilliant today. Well, glad you've got it, shipmate. I certainly could do it in my cabin. I'm just having to make do with an icy beverage instead. A glass of icy water is doing me rather well. I shall upgrade that to a rum-based cocktail, maybe a mojito. Might go all continental.
Red Osprey, Southampton VTS. Answer, yes, it's safe to do so. With caution, the MSC Virtuosa passing 101 berths using a stern engines and will then be swinging outside of Ocean Dock. Wide berth reduction required on the 49 when passing 49 berths. Over.
That's all. Thanks.
Ahoy there, Elizabeth G. And ahoy there, Diane Haynes. There you go. I think I've got all bases covered there. Interesting on the radio there that the MSC Virtuosa is reversing using the stern engines. Not something I've heard, I don't think, before. Is she going all the way to the middle swing ground? Oh, I wasn't listening. Captain wasn't paying attention. Not the first time, has to be said. Absolutely fantastic day for a sail away. You would be forgiven to think you are in the Caribbean today, and I can see a lot of shipmates on the top here. Look at that, the stern of the MSC Virtuosa full of shipmates. Yep, it's a full old ship. The Red Funnel Ferry Terminal a lot quieter today after the hubbub of the Isle of Wight Festival Thursday and Friday. Shipmate Donna Smith, oh, she was obviously paying attention, said they are heading to Ocean Dock. I thought that's what I heard. They do this occasionally before. It's a little unusual. I don't know quite why they reverse all the way around to Ocean Dock. I quite enjoy it, though. We get to see the ship go backwards past us. It's like they're coming in the morning, except for going backwards. I did a live stream the other morning. I might try to do some more morning live streams. I do need to try and sort out a better solution for my technology.
Red Osprey, MSC Virtuosa.
It's a bit hit and miss sometimes with what I can do.
Red Osprey, MSC Virtuosa on 12.
And a big
Osprey, go ahead.
big script that says sail away.
Yeah, afternoon. See you there at dock heads. We'll be easing the speed off shortly before we swing off the ocean dock. So if you want to keep coming down our starboard side, you've got time to clear there.
Osprey, that's great. Thanks for that. So yeah, we'll stick tail to keep on your way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sail away, it says on the big screen at the top there. They should be showing Solent Ships TV, really, shouldn't they?
Red Jet 7, South.
That would make more sense.
BTS, all received. The traffic information, Triton leader approaching PC Boy outbound is not a clear channel vessel. John Augustus Esserberg at the Talshot Spitz outbound. And the MSC Virtuosa approaching Pierhead outbound. Over.
I heard that ship on the radio earlier. It sounds like a real mouthful. No idea what weather conditions are like in the fields at the moment, but certainly here in the UK we've been setting records.
Red Jet 6, Southampton BTS. Traffic information, Red Osprey, passing 38.9 berth. Inbound, the MSC Virtuosa passing Pierhead outbound. Wide berth reduction required at 49 berth. Over.
BTS 56, all copy, thanks so much. BTS MSC Virtuosa, Pierhead out, on the swing shortly.
MSC Virtuosa, Southampton BTS has all received. Red Jet 6 just departing from Town Quay. And Red Jet 7 departing from Cowes Harbour. Over.
Thank you.
Plenty of shipmates up on the top deck there of MSC Virtuosa. Heading off to the fields.
Seafin, Southampton BTS, that's all received. Traffic information, John Augustus Esberger approaching the North Thornbury outbound to the east. Red Eagle approaching Lanes Lake outbound, followed by the Red Jet 6. Over.
John Augustus Esberger. Now that's a ship name, that is, isn't it? Now she is backing way down to the ocean terminal for the swing ground there, right outside Iona. Get a good view of there. She spins round. She's currently carrying out pretty much the same itinerary. Actually, no, she's going to revert to a Northern European itinerary after this one. This is her last fieldy one for a while. Yeah, and then she's mainly sort of around Spain. And then eventually in November, she relocates to Le Havre. And she'll be, after that, she'll be heading off over to the Caribbean. And we won't see her again until April next year. I think on the outside microphone I can hear a bit of music. It's funny what you can hear drifting across the port. I don't see any flags on MSC Virtuosa. Don't see any shipmates in the chat say they're on board. Normally someone lets me know they're on board or sends me an email, says, can you zoom in on cabin this and on that deck? I do try, but sometimes it's quite difficult to work out where the cabins are on which decks. And even more confusing if the ship goes backwards. There you go, she's heading off to the middle swing ground. Aha. See that Paul from Love Cruise is in the chat. Oh, shipmate Karma says... in fact, David is there on deck 9 somewhere. Going to be ambitious to find him. They're aft of the ship. They have a flag and they're port side. Ah, well, that's why we can't see them, because now we're looking at starboard side. Okay, well, we'll see them when they spin round. And we'll look out for them then. And they've got a flag, apparently. That's shipmate David. MSC Virtuosa has a couple of sister ships, the MSC Euribia and the MSC, if I can remember, I don't remember, MSC Grandiosa. And I managed to get to the front of the ship because it's part of the special club they have. I think it's called the Yacht Club. And the very front of the ship are double height cabins. And the double height cabin I went to have a look. Some of the shipmates decided to say this, show me around. Absolutely brilliant. Double height, big double height sort of lounge area. Then it had 2 bedrooms. And probably the best feature, right at the very front of that ship, it had access to sort of the outside area and your own hot tub, your own personal hot tub, out there on the bow of the ship. I was quite impressed. I was not impressed, however, when they told me how much it cost. Certainly beyond the poor old captain's budget, that's for sure. Oh, shipmate David said no, it's some family members. Okay, well, we'll keep a lookout. We've got in the ocean terminal is the Iona. She'll be departing at 5:15, and hopefully before that the Independence of the Seas will go, or she might go a little bit after that, or both at the same time, of course. Simultaneous departures. Well, the shipmate Paul Jones says, not long now, only 84 days until we embark on MSC Virtuosa on a Mediterranean cruise. Ah, yes, you're on the Mediterranean. When she heads down towards the Mediterranean, head down to Spain or somewhere, depends if you're a week or a 2-week cruise down there. Well, the shipmate George Stannard. I hope I've just answered that. Just brought up the ship types. No, Independence of the Seas. She's here until for about an hour, and then she'll be departing in about an hour time. Well, the shipmate Darren Turner says, "Oh, there'll be in a duplex suite next year in Dubai." Well, enjoy it, shipmate. I was very impressed with the duplex suite, particularly the hot tub on the balcony. That probably did it for me. But yes, the actual space of the duplex suite was great. looks like the MSC Virtuosa's arriving at the middle swing ground. Or the ocean terminal ocean swing ground, I suppose it should be. Yeah, in fact, I think I still have some video footage that I've not put up of that. They allowed me to do a little tour. I should actually put it up, shouldn't I? On my ever expanding list of things to do. I still need to finish the video from Seawork. Very close to finishing that one. I need to also finish my day 10 or day 11 of my transatlantic crossing on Norwegian Aqua. There we go. You can see the thrusters working there. The azipods on the stern. Shipmate South Coast Drones UK. Oh, he's going to try and capture Darren with his drones. He's going to try and drone the ship, capture someone waving. That'll be quite interesting. I'll be impressed if you can manage that. Ahoy there, Walter Clelland. Well, shipmate Pilot Williams, no tugs required this afternoon. No tugs this afternoon. We are actually, even though it's a bit breezy, it's not breezy enough. Yesterday it was surprisingly windy. It's like a perfect day for yachts today. When I was down in a little bit breezy on Netley Cam. There's Itching Cam. Wonder if Cow's Cam we can see. Not so many. Earlier on there was absolutely hundreds of yachts out there. I'll see if I can find some footage. I did take a little video. Maybe I'll bring that up when we've got the gap in between the ships. Yeah, I'll do it then. We can watch the ships at the moment. This is where we get some absolutely fantastic reflections. When I live streamed the other morning, the rising sun comes up very early, just when the ship's arriving, and we get some absolutely wonderful reflections off the side of the ship. The whole side of the ship just flashes red and sort of gold with the morning sunrise. Absolutely brilliant. I'll try to do some more live streams. I need to improve my technology slightly. I feel I'm struggling to try and make it all work. I realise what I normally do is designed to be run from my cabin, and it doesn't work so well when I'm at the end of the pier. I shall try again. I might try again in one evening, but I'll definitely have to make sure it works properly then. Well, there's shipmate Steve Mack. Oh, he's still asking Elizabeth G, is it hot? It's hot here. We've had a little bit of rain here in the port of Southampton. Just a couple of spots and spits. Oh, someone's waving there. I wonder if they can see themselves. He's looking down at a device. The shipmate's right on. Oh, stop. A couple of shipmates there, right on the top of MSC Virtuosa. Hopefully they won't be out too long in that sun. I think you might be careful getting yourself a little suntan there. Pretty sure I can hear some music. Let me check the microphone. Yeah, I can. I can hear something. I don't know if you can. It's very faint.
Seafin, Southampton BTS. Seafin, Southampton BTS. Question, do you have a PEC number?
No, well, bonus points for any shipmate that can identify the song.
BTS will receive, thank you.
No, it's a mystery to me. Yeah, the wind's obviously blowing the sound in the right direction. Well, the shipmate Carol R says it's raining in South Wales. Dare I say that, when is it not raining in South Wales? It's certainly the place that every time I go to, it's absolutely pouring. Oh, it's loud now. There she is, swinging away beautifully here in the ocean terminal. I think it gives you a great idea of scale when you can see down the length of the ship. See how many little heads poking out over balconies. Work out what that music is. With the shipmate Bassman Bowman, there's a slight shower here a few minutes ago, and the air smells like thunderstorms coming. Yes, I smelt that earlier when I was out. Yeah, it had that real. It's got a particular name. I think it's petrotrome or something like that. Petro something or other. It's a smell given. It's the name given to the smell of that comes after it's rained on a very dry surface. Petro something or other. I'm sure a shipmate there knows. Well, the shipmate Focus 34 is telling me that I'm wrong, saying he's in Cardiff and it's sunny. Well, better report that to the Guinness Book of World Records. Hear the music booming out over Port Southampton. Oh, a couple of shipmates are coming in. Petrocore. There we go. I think that's it. I'm not sure you pronounce it. Oh, no, I'm cold. There's like those shipmates are bombarding it. Oh, I can definitely hear the music now. Very good. I haven't heard. Oh, the radio back on. I haven't.
Good afternoon, sir. Just to confirm, we still have a pontoon alongside from our bunker operation. Just to confirm that this will be removed shortly prior to our departure.
Iona Southampton VTS, that is all received. The pontoon, the spacer barge should be removed before your departure. Over.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Yes, we are departing at 17:15. Thanks so much. We'll stand by on channel 12 and 09.
Iona Southampton VTS, that's all received. Thank you.
Right, I spot a flag, and I'm not sure I know which flag it is. I might need your help, shipmates. I've got the sneaky suspicion it's one we might have seen before. Oh, hello! Now I've put it on from my little tiny monitor screen to on my slightly bigger screen. I recognise that flag.
Southampton VTS, that's all received. Outbound traffic, Red Jet 6 at West Bramble, Red Eagle at the Hook, and the MSC Virtuosa passing 38.9 berth. The vessel Iona due to depart 1715 from the ocean dock. Over.
Don't know if there's any shipmates in the chat who might recognise that flag.
Red Eagle, Southampton VTS, that is all received. Thank you.
Looks like they're giving us a wave as well. The old Red Jet's coming past. You can see our Virtuosa is starting to make a bit of steam there. Shipmate Paul Osborne, yes, Hampshire shipmate. Yes, they're giving us a little wave. Well done, thanks, shipmate. Oh, the chap above got a big long lens, isn't he? He's taking pictures of Iona. Yeah, we've not seen many Hampshire flags. I think this might only be the second outing for a Hampshire flag. I don't know why we don't see more often. We see lots of Welsh flags. I've seen lots of flags from counties further north, and some Dorset flags, but not many Hampshire flags. Maybe Hampshire people don't like to go on cruise ships.
Iona, Southampton BTS, Southampton BTS. Iona, Southampton BTS.
As you can see, lots of shipmates on the stern there of MSC Virtuosa. I believe there's a bar up there somewhere. Seems like a great location to me.
Iona, Southampton BTS, channel 12.
And we've got the stern of the Iona there, who's not responding to the radio. So it's supposed to be someone on watch, ready to answer the radio. Although I suspect at this time of the day they can get a bit busy.
BTS.
We'll supply BTS.
BTS will supply. Good afternoon. Spike the Empress round for 46 for workers.
We'll supply Southampton BTS. That's all received. Just to confirm, you'll be taking the Will Carry 250 and the 2508. Is that correct, sir? Over.
Yes, so that's correct. Us and the Will Challenge. Just these now.
We'll supply BTS. That is all received. Thank you.
Oh, the shipmate Elizabeth Leadon says her Hampshire flag was on Arcadia last November. Do you know what? I think you might have been the first Hampshire flag we had, shipmate Elizabeth there. As you can see, we've got the coral methane there behind the Dutch warship, and that's right behind the stern of Iona.
City of Chichester, Southampton VTS, all received.
And we've got the red kestrel that's moored up for the weekend. She's only really active during the week. And then I noticed right in the very background there, you can see some flames. I know Fawley, looks like Fawley's having some problems, or doing some chemical work there, cracking some chemicals or oils or whatever they're doing. And they've got a flare coming up. That'll be displeasurable for the local residents. They often complain about that. But I can still vaguely hear on the radio the sailaway party. No numbers yet. It's rather annoying.
BTS MSC Virtuosa Western Shelf, and I have some numbers if you're ready.
There we go. See, Captain says, and Captain gets an answer.
MSC Virtuosa, Southampton VTS. That's all received, and yes, please, for the numbers.
Yes, please, of course.
Okay, total passengers 5222. Total crew 1664 plus myself. It's a total of 6886 plus one.
MSC Virtuosa, Southampton VTS. That is all received. Thank you.
Yep, there we go. Ahoy there, shipmate. Perambulation cars. Gosh, it's a good job I've not been on the rums this afternoon, isn't it? As I predicted, MS Virtuosa, 5,222 crew.
HMM Hope, Southampton BTS.
And 1664 crew. She has maximum capacity if she's maximum occupancy of 6,300. But if she's just double occupancy, it's 4,800. So she's a pretty full ship. Like I say, I don't think we've had a ship depart with hardly anyone in it. It was a couple of weeks ago with the Fred Olsen Balmoral departed with a full crew and 7 passengers. I never quite worked out what that was all about. Well, the shipmate Squidward asking where the MSC Virtuosa is off to. She's off to, I think it's her last field trip for the year. She's off to Lerwick, first of all, in mainland Shetland in Scotland. Then she's up to Ålesund in Norway. Then Flam in Norway. Always makes me hungry, Flam, this time of day. Then back to Europe, Zeebrugge for Bruges. And then back to the port of Southampton. I'd say it's a bit of an unusual itinerary, that, I feel. I think definitely I'd like to pop into Lerwick. Or Lewis and Harris. There was one of the ships the other day actually went to the Isle of Man. That's some great locations on some of these ships. But after that, she'll be heading down more European cities. Heading round towards Spain. And then really concentrating on Spain for the summer months. And I think one of our shipmates is on board for one of the Spanish cruises. Then later on in the year, I think around November time, she heads over to the Caribbean. So the next away is the Independence of the Seas. She's due away at 5 o'clock, so that's reasonably shortly. Now, I haven't heard on the radio.
Yes, that is all received. Thank you.
We'll see how that goes. See if she's on time. And then Iona's due away at 5:15. I'll see if I can find you my... stop camera. Stop. There we go. Camera's having a little problem there. There we go. Let's see if I can find the little video I took earlier when I was down at Warsash over... Here we go. Yeah, there we go. I'll show you this video. Let's see if I can get this to work. Daring, at the very least. Yeah, here we go. So this is from Warsash this morning. The Solent was covered with lots of yachts racing. Well, like I say, conditions were really good. The water was reasonably calm and flat. There was a good stiff breeze, so everyone was racing along at many, many knots. And the sky was cloudy, which I think was a bit of a benefit because you don't have to worry too much about getting burnt to a frazzle. A whole load of power boats there as well. Yeah, just really impressive. A lot going on the Solent. And that big area there that's pretty much directly in front of you is the Bramble Bank. And that's why the ferry there is gone round to the right. Otherwise Cowes is dead ahead. There we go. I thought I'd show you that. So I thought that was really interesting to see how busy it was this afternoon. Oh, sorry, this morning. Well, the shipmate Francis Scott says there will be on the Virtuosa next week. Portugal, Spain. Looking forward to some horn-blowing banter.
Samuel Southampton VTS, all received. Question: which buoys do you intend to pass through when you enter the main channel? Over.
Looking for some horn-blowing banter. Yes, that's a good point. We have no hornage today. Might get a couple of parps out of Iona when she reverses, if she remembers.
Samuel Southampton VTS, that is all received. Thank you.
Interesting. Shipmate Shepherd Book says, if YouTube must throw an advert into the stream, I guess Cunard is acceptable. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I've often wondered what adverts people get on the channel. I don't see them, so I've got no idea. Actually, maybe you could let me know in the chat what adverts you've seen on the channel. I'm assuming that you might see adverts for cruise holidays, I'm assuming, or travel agents. That would seem to me to make sense, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's logically true. I'm getting a decent view now from Cruise Cap. Oh, visibility is looking pretty good. It wasn't very good this morning or yesterday. What have we got on visibility-wise? 23.2 nautical miles. I might be inclined to say it's a little better than that. I can see the Isle of Wight relatively clearly. Well, Well, is shipmate Elizabeth Eastwood? Oh, yes, she's on Shield Hall next week. Yes, I do need to try and live stream from Shield Hall. I really must spend a bit of time sorting out my live stream remote. I feel like I need to build something, some software or something, or some hardware, or like a James Bond style briefcase that I can open up with a laptop in it and all that sort of thing. Something along those lines, maybe. Well, shipmate Simon Webb on Sky Princess next Saturday. Look out for my flag. Will do, shipmate. I don't know if we're back up to a 5 ship Saturday next week. Oh, let's have a check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we're back to a 5 ship Super Saturday again. I might do a live stream in the morning in that case. I'm feeling particularly ambitious. Let's see if I can sort out the technology by then. Because I've still not heard anything on the radio from Independence. She's just off to the right there. I'll keep an eye on it. If she starts moving, I'll go across. But I should normally hear something on the radio first.
VTS Independence of the Seas.
Independence of the Seas, VTS.
I can predict these things.
Afternoon, yeah, making preparations to get away from 101. Good to go on time. If not before. Draft is 8.9, next port is Oslo, and I'll call you back when I have some figures for you.
Independence of the Seas, Southampton, VTS. That is all received. Thank you. Traffic information, Red Falcon, Bourne Gap, inbound. Over.
It's almost like the captain's got a sixth sense of timing. Speaking of which, in case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting to you live and direct from the port of Southampton. Not only on this live stream, but also all the time with my live streaming cameras. They were very popular for the Isle of Wight Festival. There we go. Independence of the Seas. Sounds like she's due away potentially slightly earlier. That'll be good. That means then that Iona will definitely go afterwards. There we go. A mere 43 minutes into the broadcast. I remember my banner. Not so bad, is it? Didn't break the hour mark today. Hoy the shipmate Tony says, are they the same red buses that have been there for weeks? Yes, they are. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but people keep telling me things. Nicholas Saw says, I was asking what people get adverts for. Adverts for the MSC Yacht Club. Yeah, I must say that's one thing that slightly disappointed me about the MSC ship when I went on board. The front third of the ship is just the Yacht Club, which is great. But if you're not a member of the Yacht Club, you just can't get to the front of the ship. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like it's, there's a bit of the ship you can't access and it's not yours. I like to walk around the whole ship. Anyway. Shipmate Trevor Hillary says toilet roll. Well, we all need toilet roll. We'll check on the lines for Iona. See what's going on down there. Lines correct and present. Oh, and a little chap there's popped out onto the hatch. I've noticed the Basian super yacht that sank in Italy a while ago has been raised. I think a few of you have been watching that on YouTube. Very interesting what's going on with that. Shame about the disaster, though.
Independence of the Seas, Southampton, VTS.
It'll be interesting.
Southampton, VTS, Independence of the Seas.
It'll be interesting to see exactly what happens.
Independence of the Seas, Southampton, VTS. Question for the pilot. Will he intend to swing at middle swinging ground? Over.
I will have the pilot confirm, but yes, we are swinging here by the pier.
Independence of the Seas, Southampton, VTS. That's all received. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the middle swing ground is here, which is where the ships normally swing. But for some reason, MSC Virtuosa went down to here, the Ocean Terminal swing ground, or the lower swing ground. So there's 3 swing grounds. There's the lower swing ground, the middle swing ground, and then the upper swing ground, which in the mornings the ships come in and they swing around up there. And I've noticed that Queen Mary 2 likes to always go to the upper swing ground if she's moored on the upper berths.
BTS Red Jet 7 departing Southampton, down for coast.
Red Jet 7 Southampton BTS all received. Inbound traffic with Red Falcon on the Cowshot turn. And the MSC Virtuosa approaching Cadlands is a clear channel vessel. Over.
Oh, what did she make? And all day she's got her flag ready for next July 26. Fantastic. I like all these well-prepared shipmates with their flags in advance. And you don't have to tell me what it is. I quite like to guess. Obviously, if it's a Union Jack, it's a bit obvious.
Kitchen volunteer VTS all received. Thank you.
And if it's not a flag that I'm familiar with, could be a challenge. But I think some of the shipmates are very good at identifying the football team flag. I seem to struggle on those. Well, the shipmate egg white with eyes, I think that is. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Intriguing username. Tony Ellis says, are the TG same red buses that have been there? Oh, yes, the red buses. Yes, I'm reading back for the chat the wrong way. Yes, the same red buses. I think probably some shipmates in the chat will be able to correct me. I believe they've been imported and they're waiting for to be... They're electric buses, and I think they're waiting for something so that they can go and be used in London, I think. If I remember correctly, thinking that's why they're waiting.
We'll supply BTS. We'll supply VTS. That's all received. Thank you. Red Jet 7 just passing south of Ocean Dock, outbound. Over.
Well, the shipmate, the Elsmore, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing.
Yes, we'll challenge likewise with the will carry 2 back to the Empress traffic.
We'll challenge VTS, all received. Thank you. Seafin VTS, all received. Thank you.
Let's have a little look down Iona, see if there's any baggage going on there just yet.
Red Jet 6, Southampton VTS, all received. Inbound traffic, the Red Falcon at the Reach Buoy. Outbound traffic, the MSC Virtuosa at the Cadlands. It's a clear channel vessel. Followed by Red Jet 7, passing 38.9 berths. And the Independence of the Seas due to depart 101 berth at 1700. Wide berth and reduction when passing 49 berths. Over.
We've got a few shipmates up by the side there. I think I'd be quite careful if I was outside on Iona this evening. Make sure you've got your suntan lotion, or your sunscreen these days, a hat maybe.
Triton Leader, Southampton VTS has all received. Copy your message west of the tower. Traffic information, the HMM Hope 10 miles south of the NAB tower. Proceeding to boarding ground Alpha to board pilot 1730. Over.
Well, the shipmate Monty Burns Wakey. Oh, says one of those red buses was up in North Yorkshire. Even had the lightning bolt symbol on the side. Oh yeah, I'll show you the lightning bolt symbol. I think I can zoom in that far. Let's have a look. Get quite close. Let me zoom in. Yeah, there we go. I think you could just about see it that on the front of the bus. Little big charging symbol there. I am electric. I am an electric bus. Sorry, I can't read, apparently. Looks like it says Arvia. No, Arvia, Arriva. The naming the cruise ship Arvia has broken me, talking about insurance companies and transportation companies. Very silly name for a cruise ship, if you ask me. Iona, on the other hand, I think it's brilliant. Well, the shipmate Steve McGuinness is narrowly avoiding the brig this evening. Late on deck. Last time I had a ship visit, I did ask if I could go and visit the brig, but they wouldn't let me. I was going to kick up a fuss and see if I could get put down there. I think probably that was the right thing to do. Gosh, it must be hot in my cabin. All my ice has melted. Well, the shipmate Chris Cook says we have our flag ready for a departure on Arcadia in 3 weeks' time. Excellent, shipmate, excellent. Well, the shipmate's Pooh Brain says, "Hi, Captain, permission to come aboard. Welcome aboard, shipmate." Shipmate Liz Reliefborn. It's very imaginative imaginations, our shipmate there. When I was talking about a briefcase with a laptop in it, she imagined me. Imagine the captain being lowered down from a helicopter with chocolates. I would enjoy that immensely. If there is any shipmate who has a helicopter, fancies giving me a ride or lowering me onto a moving ship, I'd be game. What do you think? Do you think someone's got a very small flag there? Because if that red thing to the right of P&O Cruises site is a flag, I'm going to struggle to work out what that is. It's very small. Just going to check on the weather. I was just about to say, I feel like it's getting warmer. 24%, 24 degrees now, and 70% humidity. And the wind is, well, still a gentle breeze. It's quite pleasant. I feel like I might need a cooling and refreshing beer at the Dancing Man after this. Well, the shipmate Julie Thompson, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Shipmate Kath has just had an advert for a puzzle game. Well, that doesn't seem very appropriate, does it? Looks like we've got a shipmate at the bottom left-hand corner screen, foiling across. Next away is Independence of the Seas. She's already radioed in. She said she's getting ready to depart and she might leave slightly early, but I've not heard anything else since, and I can't really see a lot. We can just about see the stern of Independence, unfortunately. Hopefully she'll give us a blast with a horn. Oh, excellent responses there. BYD buses.
Red Falcon, Southampton, VTS, that's all received. Traffic information, the Independence of the Seas due to depart 1700 from 101 berth. She is starboard side to quay and has reported will swing off the berth. Over.
Apparently they're BYD buses.
And Red Falcon, Southampton VTS, additional traffic information, wide berth reduction on the 49 berth. Over.
As you see, it's really rather pleasant out there on the Solent this afternoon. I assume the racing has finished. We've got all lines are still down on Iona. And in fact, I don't think she's radioed. Actually, VTS was trying to radio her earlier, so she's not radioed, didn't say she's ready to go just yet. Well, shipmate 31 says the grass in Mayflower Park looks very brown. Yeah, yes, it does indeed. Well, in fact, a couple of days ago when they first took away the large marquee for Seaworks exhibition, it looked very yellow indeed. But over the last couple of days, it's gone from yellow to brown. But it's hardy grass, that. It normally bounces back. It normally bounces back just in time for the Southampton Boat Show, where it goes through the same treatment again.
BTS, the Independence Seas are on the move now.
Ah, Independence on the move now. Oh, good, good. You are early then.
Independence of the Seas, Southampton VTS, that's all received. Traffic information, the Red Falcon approaching 40 deep, followed by the Red Jet 6 at the hook, and the City of Chichester approaching West Leap inbound. Over.
Okay.
There we go. That's the Independence of the Seas on the right-hand side of our screen. And the Independence of the Seas is off. Where is she off to? She's off on a rather unusual 8-day round trip. Northern Cities Escape Cruise, they're calling it. Quite a varied itinerary, this one. Calling in at Oslo in Norway, then Copenhagen in Denmark, then Hamburgers in Germany, Rotterdam in Holland. You'll be mooring up right next to the Erasmus Bridge and then coming back here to the port of Southampton. And that's an 8-day. It's rather interesting. Just trying to look at it, working out why it's an 8-day. Oh, there's a day at sea between Copenhagen and Hamburg, and a day at sea getting up to Oslo, and then a day at sea getting back from Rotterdam. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah.
City of Chichester, Southampton VTS.
Then again, she's with us until October, where she heads over to Miami. Which I'm thinking about going over to Miami myself.
City of Chichester, Southampton VTS, Southampton VTS. City of Chichester, Southampton VTS. Good afternoon. Traffic information. Outbound cruise vessel MSC Virtuosa approaching the Hook Buoy outbound and clear channel.
Looks like a couple of shipmates all getting out on the port side of Iona for a view of Independence of the Seas as she passes by.
Yes, that's correct. There'll be 2 further cruise ships departing or a dock head in the next 15 to 30 minutes. Over.
No lines come in yet on Iona. And I think Independence is moving. Yes, there we go. She's moving. Right, I'll move the camera up a bit because I think it's a bit low. It's getting the glass in picture.
That's correct. Thank you.
Southampton VTS, Red Osprey, just departing Royal Pier for his cows there and copy the traffic.
Red Osprey VTS, well received. Thank you.
Thank you.
BTS Sea Green, finish at 49 berth back to Marchwood.
Sea Green VTS, well received, thank you. The Independence of the Seas now breaking away from 101 berth and will be swinging off the berth.
Thank you.
Oh, the shipmate Sean Donovan says, did the MSC give passenger numbers? Yes. Let's see if I can find it. Should have written it down. I appeared to manage to... Oh, there we go. 5,222 passengers on Virtuosa and 1,664 crew. There we go. I'm trying to write them down now in future because I've realised what happens is there's so much chatting from all you excellent shipmates in the chat that it scrolls off the top and then I miss it. And then we've got Iona next. Well, we haven't had any numbers yet from Independence of the Seas. I expect her to be rather full. All the ships that have been departing only have been full. Or the shipmate Tina Stopper says, "Oh, captains, do you know if you can cruise from Dubai to Southampton?" Well, funny you should say that. No, I don't know, actually. But there was a shipmate, I think it was yesterday in the chat, and I think they said their first cruise was from Dubai to Southampton on Queen Mary 2. It was a leg of a world cruise. So I don't think there are any direct sailings, but there's probably some world cruises that would do that, would travel from Dubai to Southampton. But obviously they'd stop in a fair number of stops on the way, probably rather expensive. Oiler shipmates, Max Shortle, this is RV in port tomorrow. Yes, we've got 2 ships in port tomorrow. The Norwegian Prima and the Avia. Both are in port tomorrow. And both leave around about 5 o'clock. So I wasn't going to live stream that, but I might do now. Because originally, a Norwegian Prima was going to be leaving a lot later. Independence of the Seas, getting on a bit these days. 17 years old, built in 2008. She has a maximum passenger capacity of 3,800 to 4,600 for maximum occupancy. So I'm going to make a guess that we'll see somewhere in the region of 4,000 passengers on board Independence of the Seas. Oh yeah, shipmate MC Sparks makes good point. Says that MSC did repositioning cruises, but thinks that the canal is still closed. Yeah, still closed. Yes, I think you might be right. There has been some issues down there, isn't there? Oh, the shipmate T White. So, they've just booked to go to Norway, up to Tromsø. Excellent. Depending on the time of year, you might want to be careful with your wardrobe. In case you're wondering, the MSC Virtuosa is heading down Southampton water.
Roger 6, Southampton BPS. The void burst and reduction has been lifted, so you may proceed at speed. Over.
Independence of the Seas, 15 decks in total. We have 2 sister ships, the Freedom of the Seas and the Liberty of the Seas. And looks like the Independence of the Seas is going to spin anti-clockwise or counterclockwise. Then she heads off to Oslo in Norway. Day at sea, Oslo, Norway. Then Copenhagen in Denmark. Then a day at sea when she'll be transiting through the Kiel Canal, I believe, to Hamburg in Germany. Then over to Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Then day at sea and then back into the wonderful port of Southampton. I've always thought, for some reason, the stern of the Independence of the Seas reminds me of a James Bond film. For some reason, those circles. There's a rather large villain's super yacht. Well, the shipmate Rab Nesbitt's it's rather surprising. Can't believe, had to look it up, 15 years since he sailed on the Independence of the Seas. Yes, it's amazing how time goes past. We've got some waivers up there on Port Cam on Iona. Independence has started a spin. Oh, she's just off the corner there, isn't she? Corner of Mayflower Park. There's a whole lot of exciting things to do on the top of Independence of the Seas by the looks of it. Looks like some sort of water slides and things. Yeah, it's got lots of activities for young and old. Well, the shipmate Mark van der Hoven says they are on Iona in 2 weeks' time. Can't wait. We also have taking a flag, so you can hopefully see us. We are waiting to. Excellent. Look out for you there, shipmate. I always enjoy a bit of flaggage. As you can see, Independence of the Seas looking
BTS Sea Green.
looking spectacularly large off the.
Sea Green, BTS.
BTS Sea Green. I'll just be holding outside the channel near Pierhead Buoy until the Independence has passed.
Sea Green, BTS, that's all received, sir, thank you. The Red Falcon at Hound Buoy inbound.
Thank you.
Independence of the Seas, the 154,000 gross tons. So she's a little bit smaller than Iona, but not a great deal. Our channel sponsor Paul from Love Cruise says next year we will have Liberty of the Seas replacing Independence. But before that, she's going for amplification, new venues and a refurbishment. Yes, it's the Royal Caribbean way of doing things, isn't it? They like to amplify things. Sounds very American. Oh, is there people right out on the bow? Oh, I'm nice. Pretty sure this is one you can get right out onto the bow, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Right out on the bow of Independence there. Look at that chap there. He's almost right at the very pointy end. The shipmate TY is asking how much we need to chip in together to pay for the captain to go down the water slide whilst holding the live stream. Well, funny you should say that, shipmate. I'd be more than happy to do that. But last time I went down one of the water slides, I was told I was not allowed to take a camera down with me. There goes MSC Virtuosa around Cowshot Spit. I also noticed in the news that apparently Netflix was making a sci-fi film down at Cowshot earlier this week. I don't know what it is. I couldn't read the article because it's behind a paywall. I refuse to pay for shoddy journalism that is the Daily Echo. Well, the shipmate John Ben says 50 years since my first cruise. It was blimey, shipmate Ben John has got a good memory. It was on P&O Canberra, £149 per person for 7 nights.
Triton Leader, BTS.
I bet adjusted for inflation, that's actually quite expensive. I bet that's more expensive than today. If someone wants to run that for an inflation calculator for me quickly. How would that 50 years ago, £150? Probably. It could be £500 in today's money, surely. Oh, very busy on the top of Independence. Look at that. Well, the shipmate Jessica Thomas counting down the days until next cruise, 110 days. It's looking a little windy up on the top there, isn't it? Shipmate DJ home.
Independence of the Seas, Pierhead hours now.
Saying you can only get to the front of the ship
Independence of the Sea.
if you are a suite or a high loyalty member. It's invite only. I thought it might be something like that. Oh, little devils. Always a restriction. Never get to go anywhere. Well, shipmate Max Shortwell, any honks? No, we've been devoid of hornage today. I'm hoping Iona would be decent enough to give us a tootle, but she has a bit of a reputation of being a bit slack. And I've just noticed that you can see the MSC Virtuosa in the very background there going past. Hopefully I'll try and catch her on Cow's Cam later. I have a bit of a habit of missing Cow's Cam.
Permission to maintain speed.
Red Falcon, Southampton BTS. Yes, sir, you may proceed with speed if safe to do so. With caution, the Independence of the Seas now outbound approaching Pier Head. The Sea Green is holding off Royal Pier. When the Independence of the Seas is cleared, she will proceed to marchward. Over.
All copies, sir. Many thanks.
Shipmate TY. Oh, we've had some people using their inflation calculators. £149 is about £1,200 today. £1,500 today from Exodus Planet Hades. Well, there we go. So it looks like, I think, possibly, depending on what you booked all those years ago, I think the cost of cruising has calmed down over the years. A lot more companies doing it. The ship's a lot bigger. Got some very different variations on what the actual £179 is worth. Varying amounts there. Shipmate Tina says they've changed that as I was told open during sailaway and I stood there as a basic passenger. There you go. I can hear some music again though. I wonder if you can hear the music. Let's have a look, see if I can get the microphone working. No, just motorbikes.
From hello, Southampton BTS. Message received, thank you. No reported outbound traffic to affect you. Over.
What's going on here? Problem with the camera, I think. I fixed it. Nope. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yes, it had a little lock up there. Well, this should be Apple's thing. That's a tenfold increase in price over half a century. Proof that your grandparents weren't exaggerating when they said things used to be cheaper. Well, yeah, true. Although some things have actually come down in price, even though the monetary value has gone up. The actual cost compared to day living wages has come down. I think we're getting off topic here. So Independent of the Seas heading down Southampton water off on what they're calling an 8-day round trip Northern City Escapes cruise.
BTS Iona.
Eventually Iona's back on the radio.
Iona, Southampton BTS, good evening.
Yes, Iona, good evening to you. Yes, we're Port Summit to 46th berth, preparing to depart. Should be on the move in about 15 minutes. About for Haugesund with a draft of 8.8.
Iona, Southampton BTS, that's all received, thank you. No traffic movements to affect your departure.
Thank you very much. And I've got the figures when you want them.
Iona BTS, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, passengers 5667, crew 1688. Over.
Iona, Southampton BTS, that's all received, thank you.
Well, there we go. Numbers for Iona. As the Independent of the Seas slowly heads down Southampton water.
City of Chichester, Southampton BTS. Message received, thank you. Traffic information, the Red Osprey, Lake outbound, and Independence of the Seas, Pier Head outbound.
No horns here. Very disappointing. Figures there for Iona. She leaves more or less equally as like all the ships have done this evening, a full ship. She has maximum double occupancy of 5,200 and a maximum occupancy of 6,200. So about 5,600. She is quite a full ship in between maximum double and maximum occupancy. And 1,762 crew is her maximum, so she's slightly under on the crew front, but generally a very full ship. One of the red ferries coming in. Their shipmate CS28 is when it was their birthday. They were allowed on the RF Red Funnel Bridge. Oh, what a treat. It gives you an idea of scale against the Red Funnel Ferry and the Independent of the Seas. Where their shipmate Steve asks, it's a bit short-staffed. I'm not sure it's short-staffed. Depending on what they're doing, I suppose they may have a little bit of flexibility in the staff numbers. But yes, certainly a lot of passengers to staff. That is for sure. Hi, shipmate Michael White. Greetings from Bangkok. Well, you'll be pleased to know, shipmates, that we've experienced in Gatwick today a new high for this year, and it's about new high for June, 33 centigrade. Might even be giving you a run for money in Bangkok.
Sam hello, Southampton media.
There we go. There's Iona, ready to go.
Hello, Southampton BTS. Good evening, sir. Advice, could you remain at least 2 cables away from anchored vessels, please? At least 2 cables.
And Morgan says that some years ago when my daughter
Thank you, sir.
was in Headliners Theatre Company on Oriana, they sailed out of Garringer Fjord with a glass of champagne on the captain's balcony. Wow. That's pretty impressive, shipmate. I guess if your daughter was a dancer, though, you get a certain few extra benefits from being on board. That's a bit of anti-pigeon paraphernalia that keeps blowing down and getting in the way of the camera there. She'll have to send a young whippersnapper up there to try and sort it out. Quite like this view here, which I don't think we'll see too often. So we've got the Iona to our left, and then we've got a Dutch frigate grey in the middle of the screen there. Red Kestrel bottom right. Then at the back we've got Coral Methane for some reason.
Yes, Red Jet 6. Good evening.
She's moored up in port. Then we've got the Independence of the Seas heading down, and then right at the very back you can see there's some flaming going on from Fawley Refinery. Occasionally when they have a problem, they have lots of flares go off, and if it's a cloudy day, it lights the sky up orange, and then the fire brigade get lots of phone calls saying they think there's something wrong. You think there's something wrong in Fawley. It looks like it's on fire.
Hello, Southampton media. Apologies, sir. Can you repeat your message?
I could definitely hear some music again. I wonder if that's coming from Iona. Let me put the outside microphone on to see what we can hear.
Hello, Southampton media. Negative.
I don't know if you can hear that music or not. Definitely hear something though. Well, the shipmate Michael White says, remembers when those flames at Fawley are almost constant. Yes, occasionally we get them constant if they're having a bit of a fault in the refinery. Shipmate Shepherd Brooks says, Sweet Caroline. Shipmate Claire Stable says, I thought so. I thought I could recognise. I could hear the da da da. Yeah. It was drifting across quite clearly on the outside microphone. The wind must be in the absolute perfect direction at the moment. Have a look. Oh, it's directly from the south. Yes, I imagine that works perfectly for me. There we go. The lines are coming in on Iona now. She's due away next. Shipmate Dave, it's Neil Diamond. That's right. I think the song seen us a resurgence in late. It wasn't as popular when it first came out, but suddenly it's become really popular. Could be wrong. We have numbers for Iona. I think we have numbers of. Or might be down. Be a well-prepared captain. Make a change, wouldn't it? Yep, 5,667 passengers on Iona. 1,688 crew. So she's actually got a few more passengers on board than the MSC Virtuosa. I don't know if we get Independence of the Seas numbers. Oh yes, we did. 4,294 passengers on Independence of the Seas and 1,420 crew. So, quick bit of maths here. That's somewhere in the region of 16,000 passengers departing the port of Southampton, and that's only 3 ships. Shipmate there's a lead once they play Sweet Caroline a lot of the cricket matches. Yeah, they certainly do. They play a lot when I go skiing as well. All the Austrians, German bars, they like to play Sweet Caroline a lot. And what's the one? They'll play all these funny Austrian songs. Like Schwim, Schwim, Schwim. And yeah, it's a very odd one, that is. Oh, I can see some lines coming down at the stern, I think. No, I can't. No. Oh, there's a little chap there, though. Oh, yep, yeah, here goes the line. I thought I could see it coming down. Slowly letting go all lines. So that's the stern lines coming down. Looks like we've got some more lines coming down at the bow here as well. Well, the shipmate Gene Hall says you've got friends on Iona today. Tom will stand near the P&O site. In that case, are your friends there? That's the P&O site. They may or not be there. Shipmate Ginny Bennett also did scary movie advert. Very strange. Strange the different types of adverts the shipmates are getting. Shipmate Steve Connor says that Sweet Caroline was one of the songs played at Oldham last year, last April when they left. We're hoping that Iona will at least give us the decency of a couple of honks.
Yes, Iona, ready to let go of the last ropes now on 46. Any further traffic, please?
No, nothing from VTS. They've gone to sleep. Oh, yeah, there's another line coming in. Wow, I didn't pick up VTS radio. How bizarre. Radio is very bizarre here sometimes. I pick up ships that are miles away and ships that are next door. Can't seem to pick up. Don't understand it myself. It's the lines coming at the stern on Iona. And then the Independence of the Seas is heading down Southampton water. A couple of little boats out, a couple of little cruisers there out from the Netley Cliff Sailing Club. Shipmate H. Hotties is a phone provider advert. Oh, I thought there would be more cruise-related adverts, I've got to be honest. I thought that's what we would have had rather than random products, but I guess that works. Well, the shipmate Margaret says, we're talking about Steve R. Says, can't believe all the YouTube blogs someone wrote, all the crew and Britannia are miserable. We've been on 8 times apart and never found that to be the case. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. I think different people have different viewpoints, so you've got to be careful. I remembered a friend of mine who worked in a bank telling me that there was a branch of their bank, I think it was down in Dorchester.
Radio VTS message received. Red Osprey, Hook Boy, outbound. Independence of the Seas, Lanes Lake, outbound. And the Iona, shortly away from 46, outbound.
They operated this small branch in Dorchester, and there was always a massive queue for one of the tellers at the branch. And the teller with the biggest queue was the grumpiest teller there. They were always complaining about things, complaining about the weather or the traffic or something. And everyone found it so entertaining that was the teller with the biggest queue. So some people might complain, saying it's a grumpy teller, and other people might enjoy the grumpy teller. So different people like different things. Hi there, shipmate Catherine Shipston. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Most appropriate name there, indeed. The final lines are coming up from Iona. She is departing with 5,667 passengers on board, 1,689 crew, and she's headed for the fjords. Hi there, shipmate. Pilot Williams today just had an advert for cryptocurrency. Oh, not sure if Paul from Love Cruise will accept cryptocurrency. I don't know, you'd have to ask. I can't imagine he would accept cryptocurrency, to be honest. Got the Red Jet zooming past the Independence of the Seas there. I forgot what ship I was looking at. Well, there's shipmate Debbie Rice. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for becoming a member. Make your way down to the galley. Grab yourself a mug of grog.
Osprey VTS message received. City of Chichester, approaching Cowshop Boy, inbound.
All lines are in on Iona. Yep, look at that. The stern lines are in as well. Iona is just about to depart. I'm hoping we're going to get some honk. So far today, I've been quite good at guessing things. I've been asking when we hear from a ship on the radio, and we've heard from a ship on the radio, I've been asking again when we heard from another ship. Then I heard instantly on the ship already. I was just asking if we'd get any horns, and there we go. Iona, let's rip. I believe that's been the only horns today. Although saying that, as the wind is blowing in a sort of from the south, there's a good chance if the other two ships blew their horns, we just didn't hear it because we're at the other end of the port and the wind was taking the noise away. But there we go. Eventually got some hornage. Iona's off on a 7-day round trip to the Norwegian fjords, calling in Haugesund in Norway, Olden in Norway, Heliset in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, and then back to the wonderful Port Southampton. And I've noticed, and I don't know if it's because I've just been an idiot in previous years, which is highly likely, that she has slightly different Norwegian itineraries every week. So this week it's Haugesund, Olden, Heliset and Stavanger. Next week it's Stavanger, Olden, Flam and Haugesund. Then the weekend after that, Stavanger, Olden, Heliset and Haugesund. And then the week after that, Stavanger, Olden, Flam and Haugesund. It's all sorts of variations and combinations. I think probably the captain not really paying attention. Well, there's shipmate Amy. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Mate, thanks for subscribing. You're just in time to watch the departure of Peter's Iona off to the fields.
Hello, Southampton BTS. Message received, thank you. Have a good evening. We'll speak to you later.
Missed that one. And that's the 3 honks for I'm going backwards. I should have just kept the outside microphone on. I'd have picked up more of the sailaway party. Well, the shipmate John Thitchett says, "All playing Sweet Caroline made me think of a pirate radio station." Bit of a misspent youth there, perhaps, shipmate. Ahoy there, Hans from Norway. If I remember correctly, Hans is from near Bergen, I think. I'm having pigeon troubles again at Cruise Cam. They've invaded the camera location, using it as a roost. I've deployed some anti-pigeon technology, which involves some spikes that you stick over the place, and they've simply got up there and pulled the spikes down. And it means that they're... How do I put this politely? They're marking their territory, which is not very pleasant. Independent Seas, she's heading quite quickly down Southampton water. I've probably missed MSC Virtuosa from Cow's Cow. I'm not paying attention, I'm afraid.
Roger, 7 BTS, early call for yourself. The Iona now sternboarding out to the ocean dock. Dockhead tide gauge 2.83.
I think you'd be very pleased and smug with yourself if you're heading off Iona today. Well, it's shipmate Chris Rayson. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. You're departing Port Southampton with 23 centigrades, a gentle breeze that'll probably make you think it's cooler it is, and you'll get sunburnt. 76% humidity, and visibility of almost 20 nautical miles. Oh, a bit of a waiver there, right at the very top, underneath. I think that's the sky bar. Well, there, shipmate Melissa Phillips says pigeons need a home too. Yeah, pigeons are more than welcome to have a home, but not on top of my camera, because they mark their territory all over it, and it gets onto the lens. It's not very pleasant. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave that to your fertile imagination. Well, the shipmate Ads says they'll be on Iona 12th July. Can't wait. And you'll be off to the fields, I'd imagine, the 12th of July. In fact, you'll be off to Stavanger, Olden, Flam, and then Haugesund. Car park the bottom of the screen there. It's used for cruise parking. And it's empty. Not often we see it empty, depending on what ships are coming or going. Shipmate Hans from Norway says, here in Norway we pronounce it, and I'm presuming I'm pronouncing it incorrectly because it looks like the same as Heliset. I don't know. I always find it amusing when people write things down and say you should pronounce it this way because it's the same word written down. I don't know how else to pronounce it. I've not been to that. When I went to the fjords, we didn't go. I think we went to Olden, Hogsand, Olsen, Stavanger, I don't remember. It's all a bit of a blur. Look at that. I don't think I've seen quite so many people out on the top of Iona before now. See a lot of bare skin. I'm predicting could be a lot of red skin tomorrow morning. A little red skin there. Well, the shipmate Mark Payne says 12 weeks before I'm back on Iona to Norway. I'm doing the last trip of this year's Norway season. Aha! Right, okay. Yep, that's right. You get an even better departure from Olden than normal, and also a big sailaway party at Hogsand. Ah, okay, interesting. Well, there's shipmate Sharon Robinson. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. You are here watching lots of people, I think, getting sunburned. There you go. Even every single part of the top of the ship there, there's people. I think the area there is a part of the spa, if I remember correctly. And if you are right at the top there, which I have been, and the horn goes off, let me tell you, it's quite loud. Can't see any flags on Iona today, which is unusual. We normally get a flag or two on Iona.
Signature just Southampton BTS, well received, thank you. Independent to the seas, approaching 40 deep outbound, and the Iona stand boarding out of the ocean dock will be outbound shortly.
Let's go reversing back into the lower swing ground. Well, the shipmate Callum says, can we see the appendices again? Yep, certainly can. Shipmate, she's actually looking quite good now. It's difficult earlier when she's looking straight into the sun with the camera. But she's heading past the Essa refinery now, down to Cowshot Spit. Like I say, and there was a bit in the paper about Cowshot Spit filming, Netflix filming a sci-fi film. I think it wasn't even a series, it was a sci-fi film. I'd love to know what that is. I imagine it's one of these things that when you actually find out what it is, it's probably on the screen for about 5 seconds, and then when you watch it, I've probably CGI'd everything differently. So to be honest, it could be anywhere. I'm guessing. I'd like to see Cowshot in all its glory in a sci-fi film. Well, the shipmate Ray Moss says he's booked to go back on Iona to the Caribbean again in 27 weeks. Oh, the Caribbean, yeah. Ooh. I need to sort out a transatlantic. There's a fantastic deal on Sky Princess.
Here's the wet Challenger.
Wet Challenger, Southampton BTS.
Yeah, just finished my job on SGL4. I'll be back to Empress 22 Bev. My maximum draft is a 5.2, half 8 POB and PEC 1174.
Wet Challenger, Southampton BTS. Message received, thank you. Only traffic is the Iona, just boarding out the ocean dock. She'll be outbound shortly.
Yeah, copy that, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I'm very tempted to take the Sky Princess transatlantic. I think it's a 14-day cruise or 16 days. It's the prices start from $599. Absolutely crazy. The only thing is I'm going on Sky Princess for our group cruise, which is on the 14th of October. So I'd rather not go on the same ship twice.
Challenger, BTS.
Especially not in such close companions. But some of the transatlantic crosses
BTS, David Challenger.
are very inexpensive. I know Paul from Love Cruise has given me some prices before now, and I'm amazed, especially if it's cold here back in the UK. I'd rather be on a ship somewhere where I could turn the cabin temperature up. That'd be very nice indeed. There's that Dutch warship, Dutch frigate down there. Iona heads out of the ocean terminal. Can't go much further right with cruise cam at the moment because the anti-pigeon technology is dangling in the way. This shipmate pilot William. Oh, good question. Good question. Asks, are the fjords best to visit in the winter or the summer? Can anyone recommend? Good point. I don't know. I've only been once, and it was in springtime, and it was fairly cold. It was around, I think, about 5 degrees C, but it wasn't that unpleasant. We had big coats, and it was okay. But yes, maybe some shipmates in the chat can let you know, because I haven't been other times of the year to know what the comparative difference is. I certainly enjoyed the time I was there. It was sunny in springtime, so we wandered around the various towns we were in, and it was perfectly decent. And I think some of the destinations, I think they go to the ones, there's one there's a big waterfall, and I think that's probably best at a certain time of the year, but I imagine they don't go there when it's not the best place to go. Yeah. Answer my own question. Iona's got the bow thruster fired up. Well, the shipmate cinema show says they're on the Princess, the 14th October to Hamburg as well. Excellent, shipmate. Well, I have to say ahoy when you're on board at some point. Shipmate Hades, he's been excellent Blue Spanner. He's only recently become a Blue Spanner, hence my a little slow picking up his change of status there. He's been in June and May. It says both were nice. I think it was about March time when I went, and it was, like I say, a little bit chilly, but it was sunny. Oh, shipmate. Blue Spanner Hades. Oh, he's also been researching this Netflix film that was filmed down in Cow Shots by Netflix. Netflix series 118117. That's a very peculiar name, isn't it? Which stars Greta Lee and Wagner Mora and Emma Ho. Names that I'm not familiar with. Perhaps you may be more familiar with them in the chat. But I shall be looking forward to... I'll have to knock on someone's door and see if they can allow me to watch 10 seconds of Netflix program and find Cow Shots bit. I wonder if there'll be any other destinations in the area. Well, the shipmate Amy says, "Oh, my dad really loves watching your videos. Hi, Dad." It shouldn't be a hi, Dad. It should be ahoy, Dad. Ahoy, Amy's dad. Glad you are enjoying the channel, shipmate. Now, just watching the Iona as she starts her swing. There she is. Quite a lot of shipmates out on their balconies. It's a lovely day. Shipmate Moirev says they've been on Arctic cruises and also July and August. All have been spectacular in various ways. Yeah, there we go. So probably there's some benefits and some disadvantages depending on the time of year.
Independence of the Seas, Southampton BTS, all received. Got the Red Eagle approaching Calshot inbound, and the container vessel HMM Hope just coming through the Outer Nub Boys inbound.
I'd imagine you might see some different flora and fauna and vegetation at certain times of the year. You might even see some snow different times. So, yep, pluses and minuses. Yep, Iona's got the hammer down. She's on her way. I remember when Iona came into port. Emma Cruises joined me on the live stream for that. That was in 2021. She's now 4 years old. 184,000 gross tons, the biggest ship to depart today with the most passengers on board. She has a number of sister ships, the P&O Arvia, which will be in tomorrow, then the Carnival Celebration, the Carnival Jubilee, the Carnival Festival, the Carnival Tropical, the Aida Nova, Aida Cosma, and the Costa Smeralda and the Costa Toscana. There are quite a few ships very similar. Built at a cost of $950 million US, and that doesn't include fixtures and fittings and all the posh and soft and fluffy bits that go all over the ship. So that probably almost double that price by the time you finished having a ship that's worthy of being a passenger cruise ship. There we go. This is about as far right as I can go with cruise cam before the view gets obstructed.
Receive Virtuosa, Southampton VTS. Message received. Copy west of the Nab outbound. Traffic information. The HMM Hope is passing through the Outer Nub Boys inbound.
Yep, 2 more ships departing tomorrow, which I think I'm going to cover. I wasn't planning on it because I thought there was going to be a big time between them, but as it happens, it seems that they will be departing very close together. Water is looking very tempting this evening, although I have noticed as I've been out and about quite a lot of jellyfish in the water at the moment. Not particularly poisonous jellyfish here in Port of Southampton or Southampton water, but they, depending on which one exactly it is, it might give you a bit of a tingle. Keep you on your toes.
Southampton VTS, the Wit Challenger, Pierre, head out.
Correction, Wit Challenger, Southampton VTS, all received, thank you. The city of Chichester, Greenland inbound.
Copy that, thank you.
Looks like a brilliant conditions for a sail away, doesn't it? Well, we mentioned earlier my group cruise. I'll bang that back up on the screen. If you're interested in joining us, we've got quite a few people already signed up for that. So that's going to be in October. That's 5 nights to Hamburg with 2 nights, oh, rather 1 night in Hamburg, 2 days in Hamburg itself. Looking forward to that.
Spirit of Adventure, Southampton BTS. Good afternoon.
I've eventually booked up the miniature world, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've got the behind the scenes tour booked up as well. The bar at the top of Iona at the back there is looking very busy, and those little pools looking very tempting, I must say. Definitely very hot in my cabin.
Spirit of Adventure, Southampton BTS. Message received, thank you. Traffic information. Inbound container vessel HMM Hope. Just passed through the Outer Nub Boys. We'll be passing east of the tower using Nub Deep Water Channel. Over.
There we go. Unusually, we have the old Dutch frigate there, and also the Coral Methane. Coral Methane normally moored up somewhere else. Don't normally see her in port. I'm guessing she's here to fill up.
That's received for information. MSC Preziosa that you'll be, correction, MSC Virtuosa that you'll be following, passing west of the tower outbound.
She obviously here to fill up Arvia tomorrow. Must have filled up Iona today. Well, the shipmate Max Hedges. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Just about to see the flames there from Fawley Refinery bursting away as well. There she is coming onto Itchingham. You can tell she's quite a big ship by just the sheer number of decks. Doesn't look out of proportion compared to the other cruise ships we get. Just a lot more decks. Shipmate Peter, his adverts. These are adverts. I've asked the shipmates what adverts they've been getting. He's been getting advert for Wimsell's Dental Dogs Treats, Farge Yogurt, and Walt Disney World. Ah. Oh, there's shipmate Nicholas Shaw says jellyfish. Yeah, there's jellyfish definitely in the water. I'll take a picture of one next time. See one. She says keep seeing black-backed gulls. We don't usually see many of those. Oh, I can't say I've noticed. I'm only really observant.
Iona, Western Shelf Powerwards.
Iona, BDS, all received, thank you. Could you pass over a PC time when you've had one, please?
Well, the shipmate Michael White, he's in Bangkok. He's a bit late for him. He's heading off to bed. Good night, shipmate. We'll see you on the next live stream. Yeah, I don't normally look out for seagulls. It's the oyster catchers that bother me. Those are the little ones that take my drone out. And then right to the end of Southampton water, we've got the Independence of the Seas just taking a turn around Cowshot Spit, which will be apparently on some Netflix sci-fi show. Well, the shipmate Peter McMullen is watching from a sunny Northern Ireland. We'll be on Iona next week, and will give us a wave. Excellent. Do that, shipmate, if you can. Go up to the top of the by the P&O side, or unless you've got a balcony. If you're on a balcony, ideally take a flag with you. That would help a lot. Right, don't know about you, shipmates, but I am out of cold water. My ice cubes melted quite some time ago. And the temperature is on the increase in my cabin here because of the computer blowing hot air.
BTS, this is Red Jet 7, short away from Town Quay, Cowsby.
City of Chichester, VTS, traffic information. The bunker barge with Challenger, just passing Ocean Dock. She's going round to the Empress Dock. Over.
BTS, Red Jet 7, shortly away from Town Quay for Cows, please.
Red Jet 7, BTS, well received. Traffic information with Challenger, passing Ocean Dock for the River Itchen. City of Chichester, Hound Boy, also for the River Itchen. And the Red Eagle, Forley Deep.
That's all copy, thanks very much.
Right, the shipmates, I shall carry on following Iona as she heads down Southampton water, but I will need to pop to the galley to refresh my beverage with some ice cubes. I've noticed that we can see on cruise cam now the very far end on the other side of Cowshot Spit. I think that's where they were doing that filming for the Netflix sci-fi film. That's the Independence going around the corner there. Itchingham being a bit more responsive lately. Had some problems with Itchingham. The Wi-Fi, the internet broadband at the Itchin Sailing Club was not very good, but I think they may have improved it, or the suppliers improved it. Looks of people were having fun on jet skis today. Definitely a jet ski type day. Well, I'm going to head down to the galley. So hope you've enjoyed that one. I shall plan on being back tomorrow. Oh, ahoy, shipmate Max Hedges from Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome aboard, shipmate. I think you subscribed earlier. Right, shipmates. Till next time. Oh, hang on. I have not thanked everyone yet. I'm out of sync. I'm hot and bothered. Don't know what I'm doing. There is the Independence. Yes, many thanks to all my subscribers, PayPal donors, Patreons, members of the channels, and of course, most of all, the Blue Spanner crew, who not only help in this live stream, but all the other live streams, live streaming all the time. And if you do want to join our group cruise, there is the information there in 14th of October. Or if you just have a cruise inquiry, just contact Paul from Love Cruise, and I'm sure he will help you out. He is an expert on the port of Southampton. Well, he does cruises elsewhere, of course. All right, shipmates, and with that, I really am about to melt into a puddle of sweat here. Till next time, shipmates.
Red Jet 6 VTS. All received, thank you. Independence, the Seas, North Thorn outbound, and the Iona, Dean's Elbow outbound. East of the bank for the Red Jet 6. All received, thank you. UKD Sea Line VTS, good evening. UKD Sea Line VTS, all received. Cruise ship Iona, Lanes Lake outbound.
Southampton BTS Red Falcon, pressing apart Royal Pier and come up to speed, please.
Red Falcon VTS, yes sir, you may proceed. Traffic information, the City of Chichester at Northwest Netley inbound for the Itchen, and the Red Eagle at Greenland Boy inbound.
Inbound for the Itchen. All copy, thank you.
Spirit of Adventure, BTS, that's all received, thank you. The HMM Hope, now entering the Nab Deep Water Channel inbound. HMM Hope, Southampton, BTS. Hope, BTS, good to hear. Additional traffic, Spirit of Adventure, Spa 3 the Forts, outbound west of the tower.